Hey yo, welcome back to Sistah Punk Studios. I'm Keisha, and like and subscribe if you like my anime reviews, my New York City vlogs, or my music for my punk family. For this video, we're looking at the queer side of anime. Gay romance, that is. Gay romance anime is actually quite common in comparison to Western media in the past decades. These genres were once termed yaoi for boy love and yuri for girl love. But these labels have expanded as the genre became more focused on queer experiences, rather than erotic gay fantasies for the female heterosexual gaze. If you want aggressively sexual and sometimes problematic smut, then go watch Genjo Romantica or Citrus. It's always been a slippery slope in queer romance anime that's still marketed to mostly straight people, who in some cases are just fetishizing gay relationships instead of seeing them as valid romances that are just as complex and sometimes even more socially challenging than heterosexual romances. But there is a new generation of queer-coded characters and gay relationships in anime that has been especially relatable to me growing up as a weird and queer anime lover. And one of the most recent and touching adaptations of lesbian romance is the anime Bloom Into You. This has been one of the most successful yuri works that defies a lot of the tropes of girl love in anime, while accepting other parts that bring drama and depth to these characters as they come of age into their sexual identity. But there's no pandering or sexual aggression or unnecessary fan service. More so, there's a real truth about trying to understand love and an approach to a true but unseen intimacy. The anime begins with Yu Koito, a high school girl who is hopeless at romance and even fumbles to reject a guy's confession, because even as he declares his love for her, she feels unexpectedly empty inside. Then the realization hits her that she understands romance as a concept, but she's incapable of experiencing the feeling firsthand. And this can be incredibly relatable to asexual or aromantic people who don't have a sexual attraction to anyone really, and can also be relatable for anyone who is realizing that heteronormative love probably isn't for them. That is, until her upper classmate Nanami, who Koito already thinks is the smartest and coolest girl in school, suddenly confesses to her. Then it gets confusing for everyone. It seems that Koito was more attracted to the idea that Nanami was also not attracted to anyone and felt bonded by that asexuality. And in a way, Koito resents Nanami for being able to feel this emotion even one-sidedly, especially in the suspicious way that Nanami just accepts this unrequited love. But as Koito learns her own way of loving, Nanami undeniably becomes a special person to her, and Nanami learns how to receive the affection that she's constantly denied herself. But they still struggle to understand each other's emotions. But I mean, we can all agree that human emotions can honestly never be understood, and it's even harder to understand the broken boundaries from the neatly packaged romances between men and women in mangas and television shows. It's a lot to handle when you're just a teenager, but this is more than just a high school romance. It's coming to terms with one's changing self that continues to define you for the rest of your life, and that goes beyond our obsessions and ideals, and the ways that some may indulge in superficial kindness to drown out the lack of self-love. This anime embraces the self-realization of accepting our own flaws and the flaws of others, even when they're covered up in the ideals of who they're expected to be. The relatability of these characters locked my heart into this anime, and they make a point to place the viewer in our main character's point of view. And notably, this anime features a healthy adult lesbian relationship too, showing that there's more to being gay women than scandalous high school drama. And they love the essential gay bar that these girls create around these older queer women who make them feel safe, and they are able to confide in and imagine a future for themselves living their truth. Every character has just enough personality to give life and weight to their everyday experiences and past traumas. And this really emulates the genuine socialization of a unique group of of friends growing up and learning about themselves together, even if that journey doesn't lead to the perfect happy ending that you'd expect. Because these characters and their love are so much more complex and layered. Our main characters, Nanami and Koito, have such chemistry with their witty banter, and give the space to provide comfort and pleasure and boundaries for each other. But their relationship hinges on an unchanging conditional love and lack thereof. The girls end up struggling as they inevitably change their emotions and how they express their needs, while trying to hold on to the identities that at times shackles them both. Bloom Into You is so much more than what you'd expect in a lesbian romance anime, and it tackles the different perspectives and the spectrum of sexuality, while approaching the stigma of queer relationships externally and internally. And they do all of this without fetishizing these relationships and giving them real dialogue, development, and intimacy, but also without revolving the characters around just their romantic interests. And we see this to a realistic and relatable coming-of-age story of adolescents becoming who they are. I hope you love this heartthrob girl love anime that is an amazing love and life story for everyone. Be sure to like and subscribe, click my playlist for more videos, and check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thanks for watching. Happy Pride. Peace.
Bitch, start tripping now.